This next fellow, we really like. And what I particularly like about him, in my age of witness, is as a precocious child, I was 7 years old in the thick of the Beat period. And it's refreshing to hear that pugnaciousness, that honesty of a life experience that now is so tempered you can't diss it, because as cynical as you wish to be, this person has trumped you already, and he's resurrected himself for a new life. I love the witness, I love the design, I love the alliterated ironic poetics of his language. Jared Levine.
Thank you, Hayden. I'm not sure how to take trumping somebody. Sounds like an insult to me, but I'll let it slide. I'm not sure what I want to read tonight. Start with 3 haiku in honor of beauty. 1. How glorious my fingernail, clipped just last night, post-masturbation. 2. Such immortal eyes, bloodshot, dilated pupils, dark under drug spell. 3. But lo, my sweet breath of stale morning hangover, passed out nude on couch. Read a couple of untitled ones I just wrote a couple days ago. I haven't even typed them yet, so hopefully I can read it. Let the dogs bark you awake, the way your grandfather as a boy rose to a crowing rooster, perched atop a tree stump, his comb pointed east toward a blood-orange sun cresting the hills you mistook for years as mountains. Now that you have seen mountains, and outside your apartment other animals trespass, it should come as no surprise that you long for simpler times, storybook tales of a straighter, narrower world. Never mind that you were never in this once upon a time. Never mind that your grandfather despaired of that same damn bird, cut him down to a capon and cooked him like a cheap grocery chop. Never mind that he wished he could go back too. And short one. And when I hear the chirping of featherless, flightless birds, I am not ashamed to admit I envision 2 of their carcasses bleeding from their skulls, with a single stone on the ground between them. Of course, this is the difference between predator and pacifist. I merely shut the window, play a Brahms lullaby, while the savage hits the quarry with a hammer and a slingshot. This is called Staying on Message, something I struggle with. I will explain in due time what it all means. By any and all means necessary, I mean business, mean business. I will bullhorn shout from the back of my throat, the front of the stage. My voice will rise like caustic acid reflux, yellow as acrid moonlight, or bile laced with yeast, baking like Belgian waffles. I will try to impart the injustice of suburban family pets laid to rest in cherry caskets while while nameless citizens of New York City are by the dozen wrapped in burlap and buried sans headstones in Hart Island's Potter's Field, weightless and without next of kin, only a county-appointed pastor with his rote Lord's Prayer and pantomimed cross. I will elaborate on this momentarily after I expose the ungracious grease found in truck stop topless bars, the strip club trauma experienced by all sexes who enter the snake pits of America's interstates to spread their legs on scuffed stages or lean back in black, barely disinfected schoolhouse chairs, who choose to sweat blood rather than shed tears. I will not lie to you. These are strange times for strange people to behave like estranged lovers who have never known love like the novelist wrote it, and have lived to this point unaware of the poetry they have left from one leaky orifice or another, like a fairy tale trail of forest-strewn breadcrumbs from the cradle of youth to death's front door. I suppose there are fates far worse than mediocrity, but tell it to the unrealistic perfectionist who quits at the first whiff of income tax, or the second coming of the Santa Claus who didn't read the right wish list, the failed leader for whom the third time was decidedly not charming, and to whom no one cared listen, and who therefore refuses to listen to me. I don't suppose that person will care to acknowledge the obvious, that we have more in common than in contrast, and though our paths need never cross, our trajectories have indeed converged. Our voices have intersected at various vertices. We have sought, in talking to ourselves, to speak truth to power, and found an audience woefully lacking. Last one. Everyone's got problems. What can you tell the man who spends hours picking the locks on Satan's door? You must admire his determination and lament his obstinacy. You must be damned yourself, if only slightly, to know his struggle. Maybe you are next in line, sweating from the flames, wondering, like Dorothy Parker, what fresh hell is this? You must imagine at some point during the course of your long wait that St. Peter runs a more efficient operation at his posh Northside Country Club, and who do you need to know to get a +1 voucher, a guest pass, or a discounted round of golf? Even a stroll down the fairway, you must imagine, would be better than this. But what can you tell the man ahead of you, ensnared in the trappings of his work, a man as impervious to distraction as he is to common sense, who demonstrates these most admirable human qualities: diligence, purposefulness, patience, perseverance, in pursuit of a fool's errand? But you must first ask yourself why you are near enough to this man to speak to him at all. Thank you.